Good morning, everybody. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It is the 24th of February, 2025, and another weekend, another rug pull on the cards. And that's what part of the show is going to be about today. We are going to talk about Yeehaw. I don't know why he changed his name. I don't care why he changed his name, but we're going to look at that today. We have a lot to get through. It's a Monday, so we look at the charts. We look at the DXY, Bitcoin dominance. It's not pretty reading. We're also going to take a look at some ridiculous suggestions from the community on how to get some of the funds back in this hack. We're going to look at Bitcoin. Obviously, we're going to look at Bitcoin and we're going to look at Solana. We're going to look at Yi. We're going to look at Mantra, we're going to look at Doge, and that will be the end. 1 hour, one whole hour of me to you to me. Good morning to KB, to Mags, to Kishan, Velvet Rope, I think is her hidden agendas. The usual crowd are in chat. We have a poll question of the day as well. What's going to happen this week? Up, down, or nothing? So far, all the Debbie Downers in chat are saying that we're going to come down today. And that, for me, is a bullish sign. What do I always say about crypto? It goes up when you expect it to come down. It goes down when you expect it to go up. And when you expect it to go up or down, it does nothing. You cannot predict Bitcoin. It is unpredictable. So that's the show for the day. And we have our special little theme here, which is, of course, Yi being a gold digger. We're going to talk about that later on. But to start the show, we're going to have a look at the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the XRP prices. Where are we? We are down $3.1 trillion in market cap for the entire market. Bitcoin coming in. It did peak its head above $96,000 just before the show went live. It's now $95,800. Ethereum sitting below $2,700. And considering it's been slapped harder in the face than a clown on a fish stand, $2,700 for Ethereum is not too bad. XRP coming in, $2.50. It's deja vu all over again. BNB is actually reasonably far down. It was over $700. That's at $640. And Solana. We're going to look at the Solana chart. I did pick 130, I think, 132. We held up pretty well, though. And now we have taken a little bit of a move to the downside. We're going to have a look at that as well. Doge is coming in there at 23 cents. Cardano below 80 cents. It's not been a great week. It's not been a great week. I did say we were going to rip. Bybit happened. I did say we're going to rip. Yi happened. Libra happened. Every mini black swan kicks Bitcoin and crypto in the nuts. Okay, that's the issue. I can't predict the issue that we've had with the exchange. I can't predict that, but it will have an effect on the market. It will drive a little bit of negativity into the market, and that's what's happened. We should be at 102,000, in my humble opinion. Now we're not. We have the FOMC meeting notes coming out at the end of this week. We have a few more bullish things happening at the end of this week, but we'll get onto that later on. So Sonic is up, Say, Tron, Eunice, Dexy, Kronos. Kronos is up. My word. Tether Gold, Tether, there isn't a lot of gainers. I'm expecting a gain. Radium, wow. Wow, that is a drop. Now, what I would say to you, and this is not financial advice, I think Solana is going to have a very good bull run. It's going to get an ETF, all of the things we talk about every week. Radium is the biggest DEX on Solana. 2 plus 2 equals $3. I think that's a steal. $3 is a steal. Okay? Yes, everybody is on a Debbie Downer. And personally, I don't know why. I'm reading crypto Twitter. Everybody's sad. If everybody's sad, if you're sad right now, then your portfolio allocation is wrong, because you should have Bitcoin in your portfolio, and Bitcoin has held up. Bitcoin has outperformed everything. If you've got no portfolio and then you've got Minicoin and Yecoin and Libra and Trump and Melania, there's nobody to blame. There's nobody else to blame. We tell you to hold Bitcoin. We tell you to hold it strong. We do also tell you to hold Solana and Ethereum, because when they recover, they'll recover strongly. Some of these alts, they're never going to recover. So Radium, for me, that's a massive buy signal. Hyperliquid, that's a buy signal. Ethena, not a fan of the project. Gala is down there. Solana is in the bottom. What, 6 for performances? Again, performance not good. Bonk is down there, as you'd expect. There's lots of Solana coins down there. Not good, really, is it? Not good. Don't know what to say. Right then, should we move on? Let's move on to some happier times. Oh, and apparently I have a video to show you. I don't know what this video is. I apologize in advance. This show was prepared yesterday. I think you were a goat on Friday. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. With all that negativity charging towards you, that you need to be able to do a leapfrog backwards, a backflip. You need to jump over all of that negativity. And if you can't jump, you need to start doing Pilates. That is all I'm going to say to you, because I'm sitting here. I don't know why everybody's so sad. Everybody's sad around me. I know that in my head, I am mentally backflipping and somersaulting over the negativity that is charging towards me. Now, let's get into why you should not be so negative. Let's start with our favorite friend, Michael Saylor. What has Michael Saylor got to say today? I don't think this reflects what I got done last week. These are all the purchases by strategy of Bitcoin. Today, Michael Saylor is going to announce that they bought more Bitcoin. Now, hopefully, they bought the dip, but they are going to announce another big Bitcoin purchase. He is still stacking Bitcoin. Every one Bitcoin that he buys is one less Bitcoin on the open market. One less Bitcoin for the likes of you and I to buy. Okay? You don't have a lot of time to get your Bitcoin. Yes, you have 6 months, maybe, you have 12 months, maybe you have 2 years to get your Bitcoin. But in 5 or 6 years' time, you're not going to have enough time. And if you're going to sell this bull run, then you've probably got till the end of August, September to start really getting your Bitcoin, and that's it. You should have had it packed by last September. If not to worry, you've probably got another good few months to buy it. Even if you're buying it at $110,000, that's not a bad price for Bitcoin. Now then, Dan Crypto Trades, another perler of a tweet. Basically, in the last bull run, we had Luna, we had FTX, we had Celsius. The difference between the last bull run and this bull run has been summed up beautifully. In the last bull run, we had people who had conviction in what they were doing, and it went horribly wrong. Do Kwon certainly didn't expect Luna to crash. Alex Mashinsky certainly didn't expect Celsius to crash. Nobody did. And of course, Sam Bankman-Fried was so high, he had no idea what his name was. So he wasn't expecting FTX to crash, but they all did. And they all caused massive dips in the market. And it took Solana a year to recover from FTX when it happened in November 2022. So this time, it's different. This time, you have people purposely trying to rug you, purposely trying to launch these coins to separate you from your money. And that's the difference. The last cycle was all about, let's not call it honest mistakes, ignorant mistakes, foolish mistakes in the last cycle. This cycle, it is intentional. It's the difference, I suppose you could say, between murder and manslaughter. One is intentional, one isn't. That's what we're seeing now with all of these projects. And wait for my Yi rant in a minute. The crypto market is shrugging off so many bearish news stories. Since the capitulation, the bottom is in. Sellers are exhausted. Again, The sentiment of the market is awful. The number of people out there who are sad that we haven't reached $500,000 Bitcoin and $25,000 Ethereum, $2,000 Solana, it's not time. If I got all the ingredients to bake you a cake, and I put that cake in the oven, and I set it for 45 minutes, because that's how long the cake needs to bake. If I take it out after 30 minutes, is the cake ready? No. Taking Bitcoin out in February of the post-halving year is like taking a cake out that hasn't been baked. It's not ready. There is a slim chance it's ready in May. In my opinion, it's ready in November. Don't take the cake out of the oven until it's risen. Keep the cake in the oven until you have a lovely Victoria sponge cake. That's what you want, okay? Don't worry about the price now. Worry about the price either in May or November, and then I will do the worrying with you. But don't worry now. It's February. Nothing to worry about. Plenty of time to worry in the future. Right then, let's move on very quickly to the next bit. Now, Murad, who I bashed a little bit on his coins. I didn't make the video on Murad's picks, but I did include it in another video. And Murad was a Bitcoin maxi who is now trying to convince you that this is the meme coin cycle. We're going to have meme coins going through the roof. Again, don't believe me, but don't believe him either. Okay? My advice is stay away from meme coins. My advice is, if you buy a meme coin that's been around for at least a year, year and a half. If you want to buy into meme coins, only use a small percentage of your portfolio. That's what I have been saying all along. And the reason I can say it off the top of my head is because it's what I believe. And I'm not going to sit here like Crypto Banter and others and fill your head full of fairy stories. Now, he made sense in this tweet, and credit where credit's due. This makes sense. You will not make money gambling in the trenches. The trenches is another word for being rug pulled by the cabal. You have a much higher chance of making it by buying an established meme coin with a strong community and has a realistic path to tens of billions. Now, you will see on the screen we have the Mew logo. Mew has been around for a while. The video that I made about meme coins, I said meme coins 2025 RIP. That was the thumbnail of one of my videos, because I don't believe you should be buying a meme coin this year. Anything that launches this year has a higher than 80% chance of being created to rip the money out of your hand. If you want a meme coin for the bull run, you go back to 2024, early 2024, 2023. That's when you should be looking at a meme coin. Why, you might ask? Let's take Bonk, for example. Bonk has over 25 different dApps associated with it. It has a trading bot on Telegram. It has its own branded exchange. It has a staking platform. It's available on Revolut, which has, 60, 80, 100 million users. You can earn Bonk. You can buy Bonk through the likes of eToro and Robinhood and these other non-crypto places. So Bonk has proliferated into the psyche of retail, and it's there when they come to crypto. Now, when they come to crypto, are they going to go and download BSTXY app and start putting the money on there? No, they're not. They're going to pick one of the top 5 or 6 exchanges, or they're going to go to Revolut or Robinhood or eToro, and they're going to look for the list of coins. And they're going to hear about meme coins, and they're going to go and look at meme coins, and they're going to see Doge and Pepe and Shib and Bonk and Whiff and Mew and all of those coins. Mew is also available, as far as I'm aware, on Revolut as well. So that is why you pick an old meme coin, an old faithful, and not one of the new ones. So he is absolutely on the nail with that one. I totally agree with him. For once, I totally agree with him. I don't believe that you shouldn't hold Bitcoin, by the way. That's a terrible call. Now then, this is This is good for crypto. It's not so good for America. The US Marshals can't find the seized Bitcoin. They've got 192,000 Bitcoin, I think. Now, the long and short of this is they kept the seed phrase in an Excel spreadsheet. The level of incompetence in this world never ceases to amaze me. Okay? 192,000 Bitcoin is what? 1% of the total supply that will ever exist if you take out Satoshis, if you take out the lost Bitcoin, maybe over 1% of the total supply. And they've lost the keys to the wallet because they kept it in an Excel spreadsheet. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's as calm as I'm going to stay on that level of stupidity. And today's stream, I think, could be sponsored by stupidity. I think that might be the theme of the show today, is stupidity. Not your stupidity or my stupidity, just stupidity in general. I think we are in a period of time where stupid people seem to be not just running the show, but involved in making crazy decisions and, of course, doing stupid things like losing the seed phrase to 192,000 Bitcoin. If they've lost it, does that mean it's been stolen? Possibly. Does it mean it's been deleted? Because if it's deleted, it's gone forever. Right then, where are we? Well, let's delete this line because this is what we want it to do, and it's not there. This is Bitcoin dominance coming in at 61.5%. This is the daily chart. We're in this range, this ever ascending range. Now, we did come down to the bottom of our little mini range that we put there, which was 60 to 61. We're still there. It's not moving. For those of you that are new, if Bitcoin dominance keeps doing this, we are not having an alt season. We are having a muted possible 2x for a lot of coins. We're not having an alt season. Bitcoin does not appear to want to come down. In fact, it appears to want to go up. And every dumb, stupid meme coin that launches, every hack that we see, everything that's delayed is just another opportunity for Bitcoin dominance to move up. And in this instance, it's not Bitcoin dominance moving up and the price of Bitcoin going up and the price of the alts going up. This is Bitcoin treading water while all of these alts around it are sinking to the bottom of the sea. So Bitcoin is hanging on to 93, 94, 95, 96,000. Everything else is drowning. Everything is drowning. The Solana hack brings Solana down. That's the fifth biggest crypto in the world. XRP treading water until there's news about it. Cardano treading water until there's news about it. BNB had its time in the sun. That's now falling away. When the major alts start to lose value, it just inflates Bitcoin. So until we see this, your alt bags should be firmly under your bed. Don't get them out yet. We are not here. But we have on the horizon, like Gandalf with the Ents coming over the hill on the fourth day to save the day, we have the strength of the dollar. Another indicator as to when we're going to start to see some kind of breakout of Bitcoin and some kind of breakout of the alts. Now, you will see I have drawn my X on the line down there. That's where I want it to go. Oops. Now, we do have some glimmering light, and that is that we broke below the bull market support band here, and we've wicked down, and we've come back, and we're sitting at it. We are hanging on. You know the wily coyote who tries to catch Roadrunner and he goes flying past Roadrunner because he's stopped, and then the wily coyote is hanging onto the edge of the cliff before he falls off to his death? That's what the DXY is doing. And as I've shown you many times before, every time the DXY breaks below its bull market support band, look what happens. It tanks. Yes, we've had very, very few bounces, if they call them that. But on the whole, it will come down. And as we said at the end of last week, weak DXY, strong exports, happy Donald Trump. We want this to break down. I think it's going to break down. This is one of the reasons I think we are on the verge of Bitcoin going up. I haven't changed my tune. Bybit hacks. Sorry, I keep saying that. The exchange hacks are a black swan. Now, it was 1.5 billion and the market hasn't moved. Why hasn't the market moved? It hasn't. Look at the total market cap and look at where we are. We're in this range. Now, don't get me wrong. This could very easily do this. Okay, don't get me wrong. We are at the precipice. Like I said, we're wily coyote. We've got one hand holding onto the edge of the cliff before we break down. And if we do break down, there's a long way to go. Okay, you're talking about potentially a 20% move to the downside. That's a big old move, but we haven't done it yet. And with the DXY breaking down, maybe the interest rates are going to get cut. There's going to be more news coming out about all the macro news in America. We haven't broken down yet. It's not over. And it's certainly not over for the bull run, but it's not over for Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, and the alts. It's not over yet, but we are at some key levels. Total market cap is hanging on, but so is the DXY. The DXY breaks, that will give relief to Bitcoin and crypto. A weaker dollar, more money comes in, Bitcoin goes up, ish. It's not the only indicator, as I keep saying. Now, this is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And again, very, very similar. Ethereum, however, the biggest one, we are now below the bull market support band. What could this mean? It could certainly mean Bitcoin is going to go up and the alts are going to get wrecked again. But if we come down again, where do we come down to? There's not a lot. There's not a lot before we get down here to this line. So we are at the most important week in crypto ever, volume 7,000. It's the most important day in crypto and the most important week in crypto. We need to start holding some of these lines. And there is a lot of negativity doing the rounds. There is a lot of charts which show that a breakdown is imminent. But that can be. Look, look over here. I would have been saying the same thing here. We need to hold on. We need to hold on. And then we went on a massive rise. Whereas I would probably have said, we're going that way. Okay. The time is February, March, April. That's when we pump. And we've pumped regularly at this time. February's been a really good month for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So is March. Now is a good time for a pump. I want to see the glass half full and this be a bounce. Okay, that's what I want to see. Don't always get what I want, but I think we shouldn't be too negative just yet. Just yet. Okay, let's give it another few days, and if we start to break down, we start to break down. But I'm not at that stage yet of sitting here crying into my cold coffee. Not going to happen. Right then, again, I don't know why the Polygon Labs CEO has decided to say this, given that Polygon is on Ethereum, but probably he wants to get in the headlines. Probably he's had a look around and seen other people make predictions. Maybe he's come out and thought, you know what, I'm going to get Polygon Labs into the news, and I'm going to do that by bull posting about Bitcoin. He thinks 250,000, citing simplicity and scarcity. We're not going to talk too much about this. Marco Boyron. I don't know. Maybe Boyron. I called this Marco Ono instead of Marco Polo, simply because I'm not sure whether this type of target is something you should put in with the likes of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Anybody can sit there and basically go, $300,000, that's where we're going to go for Bitcoin. And if enough people follow them, it will make it into the headlines. Where is the foundation for that price? How do we get to that price? Cathie Wood is a way better example of somebody that you should listen to than Rich Dad Poor Dad and Marco Ono, okay? Because she has analysts, as do all of the big ETFs. And I'm not, they're going to be way, way, way more knowledgeable on stuff like that than me. Of course they are. But I don't go around having my ideas and my suggestions published in articles. So I have an issue with some of these. You've got this one asset that has fixed supply, and all you need to figure out is whether demand is going to increase for this asset or not. It's literally that simple. And I agree. Bitcoin is supply and demand 101. It's the simplest, easiest thing in the world right now that you can predict. Why? Gold comes out of the ground. Oil comes out of the ground. Silver, platinum, gas, they all come out of the ground. There are asteroids floating around in outer space, full of gold. Okay, there are planets out there covered in, what's it called? Not CFCs, oil. Excuse me. So, there's plenty of gold, there's plenty of oil, there's plenty of gas doing the rounds. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Take away what Satoshi owns, there's 20 million Bitcoin. It's fixed. It's never going any higher. So then the question is there enough demand? And you can break it down into three major parts. Retail, you and I, we all fall into retail. Institutional investment, so blue chip companies, TradFi, whatever it might be, and nation states. Three people buying a finite supply of something. And what do we always know about rich people? They always end up with more than anybody else. So TradFi, nation states, and billionaires will own more Bitcoin than you and I. You know that now, and I've known that for 7 years. So what do you do about it? You buy Bitcoin and you don't sell it. And if it gets to a price where it will change your life forever, you sell it and change your life forever. And then you should never look back at whatever the price of Bitcoin has gone to in the future, because it's changed your life, paid your mortgage, paid or bought you a new house and your car, paid your kids' school fees off. All of those things are more important than digital fairy tokens. And yes, they may end up being $1 million in the future, but if you sell for $250,000 and you don't have a mortgage, then maybe your husband or wife doesn't have to ever work again. Maybe your kids go through a better education, then come out the other end as astrophysicists. It changes your life. That's what Bitcoin is about, and it's a finite supply. Now, he has predicted $250,000 this year. I think that is way, way, way higher than where we're going this year, because we don't have the adoption yet. We are getting there faster than I expected, but I don't think we're there. And believe you me, $250,000 is a brilliant, brilliant price for us to get to. But we're at 96,000. We've got 10 months left. So we're talking about a 150% pump in the price of Bitcoin. There are things that exist out there that will bring Bitcoin to that price. If the American government tomorrow announces that it is buying 500 Bitcoin a day for the next 3.5 years, that will go a long way to pushing Bitcoin above $100,000, maybe $115,000. If China and Russia and the UK and Germany although Germany doesn't have any money anymore. Germany's pretty much finished, but apart from that, if these countries go out, Canada, Australia, Africa, they start buying Bitcoin, there's, what are we, 450 a day being made at this moment in time. America buys 500 a day. ETFs are buying 10,000 a week. So let's say that's 2,000 a day disappearing. 450 doesn't go into 2,000. It does at the beginning when you have Bitcoin on exchanges, but as I've shown you, there's no more Bitcoin. It's going to go up. I don't think to 250,000, but it's going to go up. I think 50% between now and the end of the year, more than achievable. If there's a blow off top, 180,000. Great. That's the price it's going to get to, in my opinion. Haven't changed my opinion on that since the ETFs. Before the ETFs, I said, I think 114,000 for Bitcoin this cycle. Again, I'm not going to sit here and talk crap to you. Doesn't make any sense. 95.6 when you zoom out. Why are we so negative? Why are people... This is the daily chart, by the way. It's not the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. Why are people so negative? Where we are. It's where we are. Okay? We are in the same range we've been in for 3 months. We haven't changed. Look what happened down there. And there. The same range. Oops. That went terribly wrong. The same range. For how long? A lifetime. That's how long we were down there for. I must have got 50,000 new grey hairs in that period of time because we didn't move. Now, that was, let's see, March 2. That was about 7 months. We are already in this range for 3 months. Could it continue for another 4 months? I absolutely hope not, but it could. Where does that take us to? That takes us to June, July. That's not a good time for Bitcoin or crypto. We normally have the summer lull. Nothing happens. Then we come out the other end in September, October, November, and we absolutely rip it. So let's pray that we don't have this, and we need to break above here. That's what we need to do. Now, it can happen. I'm expecting 100,000 Bitcoin, $102,000 Bitcoin. I'm expecting it. We need to stop having hacks, and we need some bullish news on the macro scale to come out. And I think, of course, Trump is meeting with Putin. That's going to be bullish. Don't lose faith. There is no reason to lose faith. I will honestly come on here and tell you that I've given up if I ever give up. And I'll be honest about it. Okay? There's no reason. I'm 75, 80% happy with where we are now. And the other 15 or 20% is simply frustration that we're not higher. But there's no element in me that thinks we're going down. The alts haven't run. The Bitcoin hasn't broken down. We're seeing everything we've shown you so far today should be bullish. Don't lose the faith yet. We break below 88,000, we go to 78,000, then I'll start to worry a little bit more. But I'm not that worried. Right then. Samson Mao slams Ethereum, calls for chain rollback after hackers loot 1.4 billion. Now, I've called this an idiot move. Not Ethereum. Samson Mao is an idiot. He's an idiot. He's a Bitcoin advocate telling Ethereum to roll back their chain to get the money back. He's an idiot. Ethereum is supposed to be a decentralized chain. It is supposed to be a chain which cannot be affected by politics. Now, let's say in an alternative universe, Vitalik and Ethereum Foundation decide to roll back the chain to get the money back. What do you think Samson Mao is going to say about that? What do you think Samson is going to say about his biggest competitor, Ethereum, when he's a Bitcoin advocate? See? I told everybody that Bitcoin was the only true cryptocurrency. Look at Ethereum. Look how it can roll back the chain. It's no better than Solana. Look at it. It's trash. Exactly what he's going to say. Okay? He's an idiot. Don't listen to him. He is an idiot. We do not, under any circumstances, want any chain rolling back, for any chain of worth rolling back because of something like this. Okay? So when you see things like this, you think, oh yeah, it's really easy. We'll just get them to roll back the chain. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. Even if it's a hack, it's not how it works. The crypto community has rallied round the hack, rallied round as exchanges, as I said in my video that I made for the OGs. Oh, sorry, it was an OG video I made yesterday. I said in that video very simply, it's in the best interests of the community to fix the problem. Fixing the problem does not mean rolling back the chain, rolling back the transactions. It means supporting the exchange that's been compromised, because it's this exchange today. It will be another exchange in 3, 6, 12 months' time, and they need to self-support each other. They all need, as a group of exchanges, to support each other, the same way that the DEXs do, okay? Now, you've seen that. This morning, this exchange has been made whole. They are now back at proof of reserves of 1-to-1. My post that I put up the other day, my poll was, does this damage the reputation of this exchange? And it's a really close poll. I think it's 54% say they would trust it again, and 46% said they wouldn't trust it again. Okay, so it's a very close poll. People are divided on this, but this is nonsense. This is utter nonsense to suggest this. I fully support rolling back Ethereum's chain. Who are you? You Bitcoin maxi. Go back in your corner and start playing with your Satoshis and leave these guys to deal with it in a grown-up way. Okay? Your stupid comment is getting people thinking that this is the way forward. It's not. What happens if there's another one? What happens do we just keep rolling back Ethereum every month because we don't like the transactions that have gone through? You clown. So, we are not... And listen, let me make something very clear. If Ethereum does this, I will sell all of my Ethereum and I will never talk about it again on this channel. And I don't care how many people follow me. I don't care if I've got 150, 200,000 followers or 5. It's a personal choice. If they roll back to get those funds back, I am selling Ethereum and I will post the transactions online to show it. And I will have lost absolute faith in Ethereum because it's not what you do. Now, talking of Ethereum, 2670. That's the target which we had. $3,500 is the target for me for Ethereum. Again, with this hack, it's caused an awful lot of Ethereum to be stolen. And again, I mean, you can look at Ethereum in any way you want. You can draw any line that you want on this chart. It does fit on the screen, good. You can draw any line that you want. Now, if I was to say to you, where was this hack? When did this hack happen? You would probably say, it happened there, or it happened there. No, it didn't. It happened there. It's not even noticeable on the chart where this hack happened. And yes, we've seen the price correct dramatically to the downside, but there are potential reasons for that. There's a lot of Ethereum being sold off one of the exchanges as we speak. That's causing the price to come down. Remember, we were at 28.50 on Saturday or Sunday, so it has pulled the price down a bit. But again, if we have to stick to our guns, we shouldn't be bullish on Ethereum until it gets back above the bull market support band. We just have to look over here to see how long we spent in this range. We spent from August to November. August, September, October. We spent 4 months down there. I don't think we're going to spend another 4 months in this range, but it's possible. And if you look at that lovely little trend line, we are still putting in higher lows. Let's not be too negative. We've had a serious breach. The market has to digest that serious breach, but it's not the end of the world. And when you zoom out, you don't see the hack bringing us down to $1,900, $1,800. I saw somebody say that we were going to come down to $1,200 on Ethereum. I mean, I'm all for clickbaity titles. Obviously, we make them all the time. But $1,200, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit low for my liking. Right then. Next up, Solana. Solana's ETF. The countdown has begun. I believe the countdown finishes in October, just in time for the end of the bull run. Franklin Templeton want to do the ETF with staking. I'm a big fan of this because the end user gets a return. They end up with more Solana after year 1 and year 2 and year 3 than they do now. Whereas at the minute, for every 100 Solana they have staked with Franklin Templeton, they might end up with 99.5 by the end of year 1, or they might end up with 99 at the end of year 1, depending on the fees. So rather than Franklin Templeton eating into your principal, your Solana, Franklin Templeton skims off the top of your staking. So if Solana offers 5.5%, Franklin Templeton might take 1.5% and pay you 4%. Well, 4% on Solana is 4 to 8 times more than you're going to earn on your USDC in your bank account in America. So it's a good deal. And the SEC are all about good deals for their citizens. So they should go ahead with this, in my opinion. Now we've got a new change in government. I can't believe I've not said Gary Gensler for about 3 weeks. If I say his name 2 more times on this channel, I think he'll appear behind me like one of those creepypasta videos, and Gary Gensler's head will be here. So, the assets of the fund consist primarily of Solana held by custodian on behalf of the fund. The fund seeks to reflect generally the performance of the price of Solana. Again, the other way to look at Solana is, of course, if there is a 5% increase in the supply of Solana every year, you could look at that as inflation, the same way that if they print the dollar every year that goes by, the dollar weakens. So if you have $100 in year 1 and they print 5% of the supply and you earn 5% on your $100, then your $100 purchasing power never changes. And the issue is that they print the dollar, and over time the inflation eats into your $100 and you end up with $98, $95, $96, $85, whatever it might be. And over time, over a long period of time, 40 years, your dollar is worthless. That, you could argue, is the same with Solana. If Solana is emitting 5% of its total supply every year, which it isn't, but if it was, for ease of conversation, then not staking your Solana and not earning a reward means that your $100, your 100 Solana only has 95 Solana purchasing power in the future. And over time, the inflated supply of Solana is probably not going to keep up with the price. So that's another way of looking at it. If you don't stake and you don't earn these rewards, then you, unfortunately, lose out. So it's a positive thing. Good morning, Bullish Bull, and Danny and Mags, if I've not read your names out, welcome back. Right then, so it's a positive thing. We think it's going to go ahead. We know it's going to happen this year. We don't know when it's going to happen this year, but Solana is going to get an ETF. And I think what's going to happen, a little bit like has happened with Ethereum and Bitcoin, the price of Solana is going to go up. It might hit $300. Everyone is then going to tell you it's going to go to $5,000, and then it's going to come back to $250, because that's what happened with Ethereum and that's what happened with Bitcoin. And that's the issue. Now, we are not in a good place with Solana right now. Okay? That line, which was $161, has been breached. That could mean, I'm not saying it will, that could mean that we are back into this range, okay, which is between, excuse me, 126 and 161. Now, we could be back in that range. If we have another good week, which we need to have a good week, we need to get back above 183. Because instead of getting stuck down here, we could get stuck here. There's loads of permutations for this, but I'm just telling you the fact we broke that line and we've come down. And that level of support that was resistance, as of today, is now maybe going to become resistance again. And if that's the case, we could just basically sit here until crypto decides that we're going to go up. Now, above that line there, which is 183, we need to get back above about $200 to get back above the bull market support band. And again, at this moment in time, I don't see that in the near future. I do think if we breach 150 and 140, then that's a really good zone to accumulate Solana. When you read on X, Ethereum is crap, Solana is crap, Cardano is crap, you'll hear it from everybody. Who is saying that? Cardano will be calling Solana crap. Solana will be calling Ethereum crap. Ethereum will be calling Cardano crap. Do you get the point? They are all competing for your eyes and your dollars. And the only way to do that in their simpleton heads is to criticize the opposition. Rather than extolling the virtues of Ethereum and Solana and Cardano, they would rather bash. Now, think about a restaurant. Think about 5 or 6 restaurants on a high street, and you go outside this pizza, and the first thing the guy says to you is, "So that Chinese over there, it's terrible. That Indian over there, awful, awful food. Rats, plagues, whatever." You wouldn't expect that from a restaurant. You'd expect them to say, "This is the best pizza in London. This is the best place to eat a pizza in London. You need to come in here and you need to be our customer." That's what you want to hear, okay? But that's not, unfortunately, how these small-minded children, are acting. They are acting like petulant little brats, and they are bashing the opposition, and they do it by name-calling. And it's as if crypto is full of 8-year-olds. And to be fair, I think 8-year-olds nowadays probably have more respect than some of these degens. It's just ridiculous. Name calling. So the issue is, we're probably going to be down here for a while. Ethereum is probably going to be down where it is for a while, and Bitcoin is going to hold the line. That's where we are until something changes. And there's a lot on the horizon for these things to change. But also, this is not going to help Solana. This is ye. Okay? Now, where I come from, we have a saying, "O ye of little faith." And I have not little faith, zero faith in this token. And I'm not going to keep this on the screen for very long because of its undertones. But there he is. The artist, formerly known as Kanye West, has stirred controversy once again, teasing the launch of a cryptocurrency. In his post on Saturday, he talked about creating this token. He didn't just talk about creating a token, he wanted to create his own blockchain. It talks here about the different blockchains. Okay, who cares? He did talk about creating his own blockchain. Now, there is a syndrome where you believe, is it called the God syndrome, where you believe that you are bigger than who you are? And I think he follows from that. Now, he will retain 70% of the token supply. Does that remind you of anything? Let me just very quickly bring this up for you. There we go. Now, okay. Yes, we're going to have framing. I don't care. I want this on screen because I want your full attention. Now, do not buy this token. Do not buy any token by any wrapper. Do not buy any token by any sports person, political commentator, actor or actress. Do not buy any token that your mate down the pub tells you to buy. Don't buy them. Do not do it, because what is going to happen, and I made this video yesterday, and I put this video up. Quite a few people so far have watched it, which is good. Hopefully it'll hit the algorithm and more people will see it. This is going to go to $1.5, $2 billion. It's then going to crash, and your $100 will be worth $10 or $15. And then you're going to panic and you're going to want to sell it. And then he will come out and he will say, don't worry, guys, I'm going to save this. I'm going to give an album away for free to people that hold this token. Then it's going to pump again. And do you know what's going to happen next? He's going to sell more of the token, and because you're going to buy more of the token, and he's going to walk away with 50, 100, 200 million dollars, and you are going to be, you're going to lose your money. Okay? Don't buy this. Do not buy this token under any circumstances. If somebody gives you this token for free, send it to a burn address. I cannot be clearer about this. This is what is killing Solana. Okay? Not the resets, not Anatoly, not the Ethereum or the Cardano maxis that want to bash it. Stupid idiots like this are what is causing Solana to have problems. And what is so sad to see is you see people on Twitter saying to him, oh no, don't go to Solana, come to the smart chain, come to Cardano, come to Ethereum, it's a better chain. Why would you want this clown and this stupid token on your chain? You don't. Jupiter, Radium, Orca should all refuse to list this token, but they won't, because they all make money out of it. Okay? And greed is the reason we're in the situation that we're in, where we've had Milei, we've had Trump, we've had Melania, Mrs. Trump, and we've had all of these tokens ripped to the upside and ripped to the downside. Okay? Please don't go near that token. I'm not going to talk any more about that. It is 11:52, and I've got two more sensible things to cover now. One, of course, is about Mantra that we covered, maybe a year ago, maybe 9 months ago, we covered Mantra. And at the time, it was 60, 70, 80 cents. As of today, it's about $8. Maybe come back down. Lots of talk now about it going above $10. And I have looked at Mantra, and I don't see it happening. Do you remember we spoke about Ton? Went on a massive run. I said at the time, it's not going to have any more legs. It's going to run out of steam. And it did. Celestia, I said at the time, a year and a half ago, what is the reason behind the value of this chain? It is token farming and airdrop farming. And it went from $20 down to what is it, $4 now? I don't see on being worth what it's worth. Okay? Its market cap is about 10 billion at the minute. And it's broke out. It's up 133% this year. It's up 8,600% since whenever it was, 1st of February last year. It's up massively, okay? The rest of the market is in a downturn. We know the level of $10 is likely to be breached next. How high can it go? Again, I don't think it can. I don't think it can. I wouldn't buy at $10. Because where do you go from there? Is Mantra a $50 billion project? No, not yet. Is it a $30 billion project? No, it's not. So why are we buying a token that already has let's get rid of this. We can't read the article because it is crashing, you will be glad to know. Nothing better than trying to do a live and a website can't get its code right. So we're going to go back to TradingView. Wow, it really has crashed. Give me a second to get out of these websites. It's because they put so many adverts on the page. They put 20 different adverts on the page, and it sucks the life out of the page. All right, let me get rid of it. Let me close it down completely. All right, blank screen. I know, I apologize. Let's go back. We're going to go and have a look at the mantra chart. That's what we're going to do next. Hopefully it will come up pretty quick. Make sure it's back on the main screen, which it is. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at OM. And I'm not going to sit here and bash OM because I reviewed it and I said it was a great project. It's not about the project as such. It's about the price of the token. Now, I say this a lot about gaming. Gaming, there are a lot of very good games out there, but the tokens are trash. Okay, the tokens are trash. They are rubbish. You shouldn't really buy gaming tokens. There is no tokenomics behind holding them, but the games are great. Now, can anybody tell me what the problem is with this chart? Okay, it has gone so parabolic that it has broken through the majority of lines. This highlighted area, I believe, is when we covered it in a video, which was about April, May last year. It's gone on an absolute tear. Now, this line down here is when their layer 1 chain was supposed to go live. So all this price action before was the chain not being live. Now look where we have gone. We've gone up and touched $9.20. I think if you seriously want to buy back into this project, you should be looking way, way, way down here. Okay? I think in all seriousness, you should be looking at about $4.20. That's a 50% drop from where we are now. And again, it might not happen. But why has this happened? It's at $10 billion. It wasn't even $1 billion 6 months ago. You can't expect tokens like this to keep going. Bitcoin dominance can't keep going up because of the amount of USDC and USDT in the markets nowadays. It can't go to 100%. So at some point it will top out. At some point the price of OM will top out. Now, it's going to do this, or it's going to do this, okay? But buying into a token that's already gone from, let's just take it from the bottom here. So this was the 26th of January. It was at $3.20. So it 3x'd in 3 weeks. None of you should be buying it anywhere there. I don't care where it goes after this because it ain't going much higher. None of you should buy it there because you're going to have buyer's remorse the second it does this. Okay? You are going to have buyer's remorse. So this is going to be sad face. Okay? Because you're going to be down 50%, 40%, 30%, wherever it might be. Now, 5% chance it goes to $15, $20, $25. But do you remember what people were telling you about Sui and Say and Ton and Celestia? Celestia's going to go to $100. Ton's going to go to $25. It's going to become a top 3 coin. It never happens, does it? And it never happens because nobody is going to post a negative comment about a token that's going on a fly like this because it's boring. I am boring because I'm going to sit here and tell you it's not going much higher and it's going to come back down to earth. And you don't want to hear that because you bought it at $3 and you want it to go to $30 so you can make all the money in the world and buy another Tesla. No, it doesn't work that way. Nothing goes up forever. Now, what's going to happen when it comes down here? Everyone is going to tell you, oh, well, it's at 430. It's come down an awful lot. It's probably going to come down to $2. Now, it's absolutely going to tank. This coin is going to tank. It's going to absolutely tank. This coin is going to $50. This is going to be the biggest coin in crypto. This coin is going to $0. The narrative is following the price. You want people, and not me, you want people to follow who look at the charts and tell you about tokens before it does this move. And that, again, doesn't have to be me. There's loads of these Eastern European guys out there who are so good at analyzing coins. They're not going to be perfect, but they're very good at it. And they'll pick you coins at 2, 10, 15, 25 cents that go on to $2 or $3. Follow them. You know, they've only got 5,000, 3,000 followers because they don't, and I can't say the word, they don't post seriously bullish charts on coins that have already done the run. Anyone worth their salt that tells you this is going to $25 and $30 is somebody that you shouldn't follow. Anybody that tells you it's going to top out and come down and retrace, and that's when you should buy back in. If anybody tells you that on any of the videos that you watch or live streams that you watch, they are the people that you should follow. I am not a TA person, but I can tell you this. It's at $10 billion. The chances of going to $50 billion are 1%. The chance of this going back down to $5 and $6 billion, I'd say a 75% chance of that. So look at what's happening. So many people that are new to crypto buy there. And then when it comes down here, they sell there because there's another token doing exactly the same run that they bought last time. Don't fall into it. Do not fall into it. It's a bad thing to do. Okay? Now, finally, we're going to talk about Doge, Doggy, Doge, however you want to call it. And we are going to go through this very quickly because it is 12:02 and I have a really cool video to make today. We have been sponsored by a Web3 game called Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors. What can go wrong? I hope not a lot. Dogecoin teases big PR statement about game-changing partnership in March. So next month, Doge is going to come out of this with a partnership. That's all we know. Adoption is inevitable. Okay? Timothy Stebbing started from bad news, saying that the Dogecoin Foundation's legal team asked him not to reveal the name of the major companies that the foundation is engaging with to bring Dogecoin adoption to the world. He did say that there's going to be a big statement coming out. There's a big partnership coming out, although we don't know who this is. Nobody knows who this is. And they are going to announce this. Now, why have I told you this? Why have I left it at the end of the show? This is like a nothing burger of an article. We don't know where Doge is going to go. We don't know who they're going to partner with. We don't know anything about it. But what we do know is that good news that comes out tends to pump coins. Let's see what we're at now with Doge. Where are we? Here we go. Right, Doge is coming in at 22 cents. 23 cents for Doge. In the bull run, somebody asked me the other day, will Doge hit $1 in the bull run? That's only a 4x. And yes, it would hit it at $130 billion. Could Doge hit $1? Absolutely it could. And the reason is, at some point, X is going to get all of its different money transmitter licenses. Once that happens, Doge is clearly going to be involved somewhere along the line. And that's going to pump it up. Will it stay at $1? No. The people that buy Doge at 23 cents need to be selling it at 90 cents. That's what I would do. It's not a coin of any value as far as I can see. If Doge had never existed, I'll rephrase that. If Doge ceased to exist today, I would not think of it once in the next 5 years. I wouldn't care about it. It's a non-entity to me. There are bigger and better projects all around it. It's a legacy meme coin, the OG meme coin. It's there based on its reputation, a little bit like Man United. They are currently in the Premier League based on reputation and reputation alone. Okay? We can talk about the amount of money they make, but they don't. They lose money. They lose money. They've got a terrible team at the minute. They can't win. It's Doge. Okay? Man United are Dogecoin. And it shouldn't be in the top 10. It should probably be somewhere near Shiba, which is coming in at what? About a quarter of the market cap of Doge. So it's overpriced. But again, going back to what I said at the start of the stream, when retail comes to crypto, if they ever do, Dogecoin will hit $1. If it gets anywhere near $1, please sell it. How is it ever going to get to $2 or $3? It isn't. It's trash. Now, if this major announcement changes the entire fabric of Dogecoin, I'll change my opinion. But until then, it's a crap coin. But if you want to make a 4x between now and the end of the year, or 3x, 3.5x, Dogecoin might be the one for you. Anyway, I believe I am done for the day. It is 12:06. The stream is over. Thank you everybody for coming. I'm off to make a video now about rock, paper, scissors. For those of you that have never played rock, paper, scissors, you don't know what you've missed. It's a great game. Thank you everybody. Remember, the Oracle is back tonight at 9 p.m. The Oracle is streaming at 9 p.m. Also remember, under no circumstances whatsoever should you buy anything associated with this man. Every single other time that a celebrity has launched a coin, without fail, they have dropped between 75 and 99%. Nothing about this screams it's going to be any different, so don't buy this crap. Anyway, have a great Monday. Watch the Oracle tonight. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and be safe. Thank you, Kishan. I forgot to mention Kishan. He was the first person here. Thank you, Kishan, Bullish Bull, Cyberpunk Danny, Mags, KB, everybody else that's been in here. Have a great day. Take care.